What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Welcome to Equip Live. My name is Joseph.
And I'm Will. How you doing?
Good. And we're here to equip you with the knowledge and tools you need to create your best content. Will, how is it going today?
It's going great, man. It's going great. How you doing?
Good, good. I can't wait for today's show. So today's show is all about Q&A. You can see it at the title up there. So if you do have questions and you're watching, please feel free, put those in the chat. We are broadcasting right now live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and I'll give you a little insight as to what that entails. So let's just talk about our show. If this is your first time watching us, we are live every Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, youtube.com/Logitech for creators, twitch.tv/Logitech C, and facebook.com/Amiibo camera. So also for those that are new to the show, Will, why don't you tell us about the Host React segment that we have in case anyone wants to participate in our show?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are doing a series called Host React where you submit a photo or video of your content and your setup, and then we will react to it. We will recommend new hardware if that's needed, maybe new software, or we might just say you're doing an amazing job like Howley Stormchaser did last week. So definitely hit us up, send us an email at equiplive@logitech.com with the subject Host React. And we'll send you a form that sends us all the info on your setup so we can talk about it live on the show. This is also really nice if you want to get some extra exposure to your channel. You know, we've been really excited about last week's Cowley Stormchaser show, and we've been able to push that around on all the socials. And hopefully we're getting some new subscribers for Cowley. So we want to do the same for you.
Absolutely. And we want to hear what everyone thought about that show. So if you didn't catch it last week, last Thursday, definitely go back, look at the video on demand. You'll see that on YouTube. It's actually probably still up on Twitch as well.
Yep.
So give it a review if you haven't watched it. We showcase Callie doing storm chasing around tornadoes and stuff, catching lightning using the Amiibo cameras. It was a pretty wild experience, and we're really thankful for Callie for sending that in.
Yeah, and that's actually a good point. So all of our shows they're stored on YouTube forever. So if you miss any episodes, you can always go over to youtube.com/Logitech for creators, as you see right there, and you'll see all of the past episodes. So if you want to review any kind of demo or instructions that we do, that's a good way to do it. Or just if you miss the show and you just want to hang out with the community. So yeah, and of course you can leave us a comment at any point on the YouTube videos and we'll help you out as much as we can.
Absolutely. And if you want to take that one step further and you want to join the team and help us, create more new exciting products for you, become a user tester. So becoming a user tester, you could test unreleased products, get your first glimpse at software, firmware, packaging. Follow the link here, or if you look at the scroll bar at the bottom of the screen, we have our Willow link there, and we'll pull that up and show you what that is. So if you click on our Willow link, this is the one-stop shop for all of our links. So right there, you can access the Equip Live Twitch, YouTube. You can check out the Lytra Glow if you want, but you can also take the surveys right there. So if you see here, Will's clicking on the Host React survey, and then there's the user test group form. So those are available to you going to the link on the scroll bar, willow.link/@Logitech C.
Yeah, and speaking of Willow, obviously this is super useful for us because we have so many links. As you can see, we've got all these surveys, but we also want to push people to the different social accounts that we have. So I really recommend Willow if you have, maybe you're broadcasting on Twitch, but you also want to grow your TikTok and your Instagram and your Twitter, or anything like that. If you want to just make things easier for your community, maybe you're, a sports team and you want to link to your sports website and socials, and also, your videos after you're live on YouTube. That's what's great about Willow is you can link to everything that you have going on the web. It doesn't have to be social. It can be literally any kind of link that you want. So it's very, very useful. And I think you can even do an email link if you want. So this is a cheap and easy way to do, a personal website, basically.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Or a resume.
Yeah, and so this is free. It also has a paid version if you want to do even more stuff with it. It also has analytics, so if you're curious how many people are clicking your various links, maybe to your merch or whatever it is, you have that data, which is really, really useful.
Yep, absolutely. So again, that's WLO.link slash at Logitech C. You'll
Right
see it
down
right
there.
there. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what we're doing today. So we're doing a Q&A today, of course, but let's
Yep.
first tell everyone what we're using for our setups.
Yeah, let's do it. So for my setup, I've got the Mevo Start. I haven't really changed much. I see some chatters talking about that I have a new mic. I've been using this for a few weeks now. This is the blue baby bottle microphone that's going directly into my computer after hitting a mixer. And then my Mevo Start is my camera right now, and that's going into my computer via USB and wired webcam mode. And the reason that I do that is so I can have a really stable connection. You know, I've got tons and tons of Meebos around my apartment and a ridiculous amount of computers and screens and everything like that. So having that secure connection when I'm live is super, super useful. And then for lighting, I've got my two Lytra glows on either side, which is really nice. And I've been adjusting them in G-Hub all pre-show. And then, of course, the UE fits, which are amazing, custom fit to your ears, all that stuff. So I think that's about it for my setup. And of course, we're using Melon to bring us both in and send it out to you guys.
Absolutely. So let me take you through my setup now. My setup's a little bit different than what I'm normally using. I'm actually not using Amiibo, though I normally do. I'm using the StreamCam, the Logitech StreamCam. So that's what you're seeing right now. I'm adjusting that using G-Hub. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I can adjust everything in G-Hub. I have a lot of things hooked up, like my keyboard, a Blue Yeti. But right now, the audio you're hearing is coming from the Blue Baby Bottle. This is the same microphone that Will is using. This is being run to an interface, which is then going USB into my computer. And then I'm actually making some adjustments using Streamlabs. So in Streamlabs, I'm running the audio through there for things like compression, noise suppression, and noise gating, just to kind of eliminate some of the background noise of the room and tighten up my vocal a little bit. As far as more for audio, I am also using my UE custom fits, which are right here. Get a nice shot of those. Love these. They fit great. They sound great. And then let's see. So the StreamCam is hardwired, right? So that's USB. So I'm not using a wireless webcam connection today. And I think that's it. Oh, no, my lighting. I'm also using Lytra glows as well. I have two right up in front of me. So I have those connected to G-Hub as well. So if I click a button on my keyboard, I can easily turn off my Lytra glows just with one click, which is really, really great. It's a nice integration with G-Hub. I don't think I missed anything. Did I miss anything on that? I think I'm good there.
I don't think so, yeah. So let's say hi to some people, and I also do want to say that you're using the StreamCam and it's looking solid, man.
Thank you. Yes. And what I like about the StreamCam, what's up, Ben? What's happening, everyone? Yeah, what I like about the StreamCam that the Mevo doesn't have right now is actually the sharpness adjustments. So you can kind of refine it. I'm doing a manual focus right now too. So the StreamCam has an auto focus on it, and it also has a manual focus. So what I tried to do is dial in my manual focus. This way the autofocus isn't jumping around so much if I'm moving around. And then I just kind of up my sharpness a little bit to kind of give me a little bit more definition. And then hopefully the colors are matching. I try, Will and I before the show, we always try to match each other as far as like what we're looking at, and we always start from scratch. We normally you would think that we would just set it and forget it because we do these twice a week. We don't. We tear these down and we bring everything back up just because we want to make sure that we're getting that full user experience. Because again, this show, everything you're seeing is being brought to you by Logitech for Creators products. So yeah, there we go. Let's say what's up.
Yeah.
So this is Jeremias. Will has a new mic. That's what he was mentioning earlier.
Up, yeah.
Callie, thanks, Callie. And again, if you didn't catch last week's episode with about Callie Storm Chaser, we featured some of his content. We featured his setup, and it was mind-boggling, honestly. So, Callie, thanks for joining us again. We do appreciate it. This is Chow Down Food. I love the emojis.
Nice.
Let's talk about these emojis. Where are you seeing these there, Will? How do people get these?
Yeah, so we are trying to move everybody over to Twitch. Obviously, we're live now on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, but Twitch is probably the best situation and the best place to be because it's A, it's going to be better quality than anything else. B is most of the community is in Twitch now. So if you have questions or you just want to go back and forth with people, because there's lots of chat that goes on that we don't pull up on the screen right now. Like most of the time, it's like questions and stuff like that we pull up. So it's good to be in Twitch so you can be part of that conversation, which is really, really good. And yeah,
Absolutely.
also there's lots of stuff that you can gain from Twitch. Like we'll be putting in polls in chat, like all show long, and you can only do that in Twitch. We're gonna test out this new alert box in Melon, where if you're in Twitch and you're a new subscriber in Twitch, it'll put up a little alert thing that will tell you that you subscribed, and that's really cool. And yeah, so there's lots of reason to be over at Twitch, right?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, it just brings in that interactive element to the show, right? So it allows anyone viewing the show to be a part of the show and engage in the show, especially on these Q&A shows where literally we let you guys run the show. You guys ask us the questions. We don't know what you're going to ask us, right? So we got to go from there. But this is a way you can engage. And also, what's really nice is we are using Melon, and Melon has a nice integration with Streamlabs, and you can get extra things through the widgets and the chatbots directly in Melon, so you don't have to go through like another program to really do things. You kind of just link everything up. So Gordon says, what gets more exciting than storm chasing? Great way to use Amiibos for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm struggling finding a better solution or better use case scenario for those Amiibos than storm chasing. I think that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Nasia.
Yo.
What's up? What's up,
Nasia?
And Nasia saying what's up to the Twitch, I always do that. Twitch crowd. Awesome.
It's a cool place to be, guys.
Oh, here's a great one. So Iggy on Facebook says, yo, I totally send you my setups, complete with my workarounds. I use 3 cams, 2 iPads, and a laptop, sometimes my phone too. Awesome.
Nice.
Iggy, send it in if you haven't already. We'll pull up, if you go to that link, see that link scrolling on the bottom right now? Click on that link or go to the description in our our YouTube page. It'll be there as well. Fill out the form, submit the pics. We'll love to showcase that on the show. I would love to see what you got going on there.
Yeah.
Jeremiah has a question here. I need to find out how to set up 6 cameras for weddings. Jeremiah, am I saying it right? Jeremiah? Hang on to today's show, because we are going to address this with some interesting workarounds and some new things that are coming out that we can kind of tease today. So we're excited about that as well. So hang on for a little bit, and we're going to get deeper into that question for sure.
Yeah, I feel like our attention just spiked. Everybody is going to be really excited for what we're talking about later on. So hang out for sure.
Yep, especially if you're a Amiibo user. We got some cool things coming out soon. So
and even if you're not an Amiibo user, this update may make you want to be an Amiibo user. So stick around.
It just may. It absolutely just may. Sam, what's up? Hey, team. Haven't been able to join you lately. Glad to make it today. We're glad to have you, Sam. So Sam is coming over from Facebook. Sam was always a participant in the Amiibo live shows that we were doing. Thanks for jumping over, and thanks for watching the show and joining. Sam, get on Twitch, man, so you can join the community. Everybody's on there now.
Yeah.
Cool, all right.
Cool.
This is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, they're even better. Like, I'm looking at Twitch now, and these little things are all animated and dancing around.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Silky C. I love the name. Going to have to fill out this form. What a great and cool opportunity to be considered for. Yeah, I go for it. Absolutely. The more, the merrier. We're gonna try and really use these Tuesday shows to really showcase our community. So if you have something cool you want to show it and you want to get some eyes on it, we'll be happy to help you with that.
Yeah.
Hey,
what's up, Juke?
All right,
Virgil, what's going on? Welcome back.
Thanks for joining. Always.
Seems like you've got audio lag. Interesting.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Let's see. So on the show, guys, we can actually test these live, which is really cool. Let's take a look. All right, Ray, this is how you test audio lag. Will, give me a clap. All right, let's test me.
Yeah, it's looking good on my end.
Looks good on my end too. So if you're experiencing audio lag, Iggy, maybe reset your browser. You might have some browser issues there.
Yep. Let's see. We've got.
All right, so I'm not skipping questions. We're gonna get into questions, but I want to say what's up to some people, and then we'll dive into questions in a few minutes here. Yeah, well, but you know, or otherwise known as Chubbs. He says, "What's up, gents? Happy Tuesday." More of these awesome. Is that a pineapple? What is that?
I don't know.
I don't know what that is. Chow down. Let us know what that actually is. Oh, here we go. Do we have a link for those IEMs? Yes, I think we do. Are those in the list?
They should be, but otherwise I can pick it. I can find them.
We'll get you one. Yeah, they're not in the main list, but yes. But if you just go to UE or ultimateears.com, you can find the links to them there. And maybe Will can post up in chat.
Yep. All right. So if you're in Twitch chat, you get the link. If you're not in Twitch chat, then you should be in Twitch chat, basically.
Twitch.tv/Logitech C.
Yep.
All right, Will. Well, we got a lot of chatter going on. We're falling behind. So what do you say we start answering some questions for these fine folks that are watching us today?
Let's do it.
Because right now I'm looking at 68 comments. So let's see how it goes.
All right, let's burn through.
All right. Jeremiah, it's a long one, but we're going to get you. He says, I don't want to kill your chat, but I've been waiting to get on this chat for a while. I'm trying to catch up. I got some stuff in my way here. Amiibo Start and 2 handheld cams, so I want to set up all one system. Okay, with the Switch. Anyway, I'm trying to get through that. I have an RBG link. I stream or something like that. And like Melon. Okay, so what Jeremiah is asking here is he wants to use the Amiibos along with some other cameras, and he wants to be able to use those together in a stream. So he mentions things like, was the IO stream or something like that. You don't really need an RGB link or anything like that. So, Will, why don't you walk through a couple of different ways that Jeremiah can kind of accomplish this?
Yeah, so the best thing to do to mix cameras like that is use broadcasting software. Like, I don't know if you have any limitations in terms of, like, if you can bring a computer to your broadcast, but if you can, then you can use Streamlabs, you can use vMix, Ecamm, all that stuff to bring in both the Amiibos and the other cameras. If you wanted to use multicam, you could also do that. So using multicam to connect all of your Amiibos and then the multicam app to the wireless webcam app, and that will allow you to control the Amiibos and have only one source on your computer, which would be nice for your situation, because if you're using the multiple cameras, then your computer is getting a lot of resources taken up, right? So if you're using multicam to wireless webcam, then it seems like to your computer it's only one video source.
Yeah, and absolutely. Yeah. And there's definitely some videos, Jeremiah, online about how to set up your inputs and outputs in Streamlabs. But if you stick around for a couple of weeks, I believe next month we're going to go through a whole Streamlabs course and just kind of break it all down. So that'll help you, especially when it comes to bringing in multiple inputs. Thank you for that question. All right. Ryan says, I currently use an Atom Mini Pro for recording, and it's a pain to set up each time. I believe that. Can I use 3 Amiibo cameras with my Rodecaster Pro for streaming to Restream.io? Yes.
Yeah. I'm not super familiar with the Rodecaster.
So the Rodecaster Pro is not a video switcher by any means. It's a audio switcher, which allows you to have.
Oh, okay.
If I remember correctly, and you guys can look up Google Rodecaster Pro. It's got 4 analog audio outputs, and then it has XLR inputs. And then you can also bring in things like RG4. I think you can bring in like phone line. You can bring into it, like let's say you have like a phone line or a call system set up. So you can bring in a lot of inputs. It's a nice little mixer. So what I would do there is, if you're using the Amiibos, I would come out of your 3.5 millimeter or 1/4 inch headphone outputs of the Rodecaster Pro. I forget if it's 1/4 inch or 3.5, Ryan. But come out of those into your Amiibos for your audio. You can even just come into one of them, really. And then if you're using the multicam app, you can multicam, go RTMP to Restream, and then distribute from there, right? Because does a
Yeah,
restream take RTMP in?
it does. And you can also just bring it in via wireless webcam if you want.
That's true
Um,
too. Didn't even think about that.
yeah.
This multicam to webcam thing is really opening doors for us. So yeah, essentially you can use the multicam application. So you have 3 cameras on your Meevos. Go webcam into your computer, and then into Restream you can use that webcam input as an input, and your audio will be coming from your Rodecaster Pro, and just pick whatever Mevo you pick as your input for all of the Mevos. So
Yeah.
it's actually a much less complicated system than the Atom Mini Pro. Really, there's no
It's
wires, no
also,
nothing.
yeah, I think it comes out to being cheaper too, because with Atom Mini Pro, right, you're doing much more expensive HDMI cameras.
True, and you got to run HDMI cables everywhere. You can't do anything wirelessly.
Right.
But thanks for that question, Ryan. There's definitely a lot of cool workarounds for that.
Yeah.
All right. Rob, thanks for joining. Always. Baseball games got rained out today in Maine, so I have time to tune in
Bummer.
today. Awesome. Well,
Well,
bummer
thanks
the
for
games
joining
got
us.
rained out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jeremiah's used it for weddings. Yeah. Great call out from the Mevo, especially using multicam.
Also, Rob, I'm curious with the baseball games, are you using Amiibo or are you using multiple Amiibos? Yeah, let us know what kind of setup you're using for your baseball games. Weddings, nice.
Yep.
So I want to see examples of all of this stuff. Like we've got Bacon Potato that does cooking. We've got some baseball. We've got some weddings. I want to see more stuff. So you guys definitely do the host react survey, because we want to go over all of this stuff live.
Yeah, and selfishly, we just want to see how everyone's using this stuff. And even
That's
if it's
also
not
very
Mevo
true.
related. Yeah, even if it's not Mevo related, even if you're just saying, hey, I use my Blue Yeti for this podcast or something, or if I'm using, my stream cam for this gaming stream, we want to see that stuff too. We're not limited to just Mevo stuff. Anything
Yeah.
Logitech for creators. Yes, to chow down food. Storm chasing is so rad. I was really interested in it when the movie Twister came out. Yeah, I think that kind of opened the doors. And maybe Cowley would test to this. I'm sure Twister had something to do with it, with his passion for storm chasing.
That's immediately what I thought of when I started watching those videos.
I love this. Gordon, always ready for Mevo updates, aren't we all?
Yeah, man.
Matt and Crystal Davis, awesome. Can't wait to hear what's coming soon, I hope. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jeremiah says, are you live on Twitch now? Yes, we are.
Yes,
so go twitch.tv, Logitech, twitch.tv/Logitech C. And that's what you'll find the feed on there. All right, so I'm looking at my chat, Will. Just bear with me a second. It's doing that thing where I'm back at 2:05. All right, scrolling down.
Let's see what we got here. Really use.
God, this thing's going crazy right now.
So yeah, basically, we've got lots of stuff going on, right? We've got the host react, we've got the user testing. I think what's great about all of these things that we're continually adding to the show to help support the show is that you get more dynamic content. You get stuff that is not only a little bit more entertaining to watch, but also a little bit more educational in a fun way, right? Like we're talking about how to improve all your production stuff in various ways by demoing it as well. Yeah, well, but I want a wireless blue mic that clamps to a podium. That's something I really, really want.
That's a good call out. I like that idea.
Could you do Mevo? Like, I would say Mevo mic is probably the best thing to that. And can you do an output from like a Yeti to the Mevo mic? You could, right? 3.5.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm curious. I haven't tried. That's you bring up a good point. Well, I haven't tried hooking up a Yeti to a mobile device via USB.
Right.
I wonder if that would work.
That's exactly something that we should test, though. That sounds like a really cool idea. Because, yeah, I mean, maybe it would even get power via USB. You could obviously only do it to Android devices, right? Because it would have to be direct USB-C. But that's a great question, man.
Yeah,
we
for sure.
Got to look into that.
So you know what? Chubbs, we're gonna test it out. Let's test it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. All right, cool. So looks like my questions have stopped for now, but I want to talk about this a little bit more. Because when you say that clamps onto a podium, if you're doing if you're using the Mevo cameras and you're setting up a podium type of setup where you have like a speaker in front of a house, there's a couple of ways you can go right there. One, I might recommend getting a shotgun microphone and having that go into the mic app, right? The Mevo mic app, and having that send wirelessly, because then you can have a little bit more direct signal. And then I guess thirdly would just be hooking up a lavalier directly to the speaker who's at the podium and just record them separately. So let's say they're speaking into the house mic, right? And that's what's getting their feed. You can have a lav hooked up to them, and you can get a direct feed from that lav wired back wirelessly back to your Amiibo feed. So it's a little bit separate. You're not picking up the house as much. You don't have to go through their house system if there's any type of like, effects or whatever they're doing. So you can go directly from like a lav straight to the Amiibo. So there's a couple different options there. And of course, if you have access to the house's sound system, you can come directly out of their mixer into the Amiibo and then get the full house mix, which will actually probably sound the best.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of different options for that type of setup for sure.
Virgil chiming in, Rode Wireless Go 2. That'd be a good option as well. It's a good call.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely popular with Mevo users for sure, and they're pretty affordable. I guess in the wireless lab space, they're affordable, I should say.
So if you're on Twitch, you might see some posts from Streamlabs in chat. So I'm going to be doing polls throughout the entire show. So if you see one of these polls pop up, you can just do !vote, and then like this one specifically is asking what kind of product you want to use to improve your content that you haven't gotten yet. So you can do !vote, lighting, camera, or microphone.
Yeah, that's a good question too. What type of product do you want to try to improve your content? Lighting, camera, got it.
So here, I'm curious what your answer to this is, because like I feel like you're a little bit biased being what you do, but when you were initially setting up your stream setup, your content creation setup, like what was the series the order that you purchased things? Like, were you like, I want to figure out a good camera first, I want to figure out a good mic first? Yeah.
So for me, yeah. So I mean, it's a great question. So for me, even before working for Mevo, what I was trying to do is I was trying to produce podcasts using cell phones. So the first thing I wanted was a multiple camera system that I could switch. So I went back and forth between, do I buy a bunch of Panasonic, HD cameras and use an Atom and do HDMI switching and really invest in that. And then luckily in that time frame of me deciding that, Mevo came out with multicam and just crushed it. Nice. Right? So the camera was first for me. Next was lighting. And I chose audio last just because I knew I didn't really have to worry so much about it, because I can make it work, right?
Yeah.
So I relied on that experience. But for me at first, it was camera, and then lighting was 1 and 2.
Nice.
Yeah. It was interesting when I was producing podcasts with cell phones. I had a bunch of Samsung, like old Galaxy cell phones, and then basically what I would have to do from that point would just record to the SD cards. They were decent cameras for what it was, right?
Yeah.
Record to the SD cards and then edit and post. So I wouldn't be able to do anything live. Now with the multicam app and the options with Streamlabs and being able to integrate the cameras and as many, now it's just a whole new ball game.
Right. Yeah. I'm super curious. Everybody in chat, what is your order of how you bought things to set up your content creation setup? I know for me, it's typically I go for a computer first, right?
Okay. Well, I mean, that makes sense too.
Like obviously I want to make sure that with a decent computer, you can make everything better, right? Like, so this background being blurred, like it makes the Mevo look so much better. So first, there you go. First I go for setup, the computer setup, and then I immediately go to the camera. And I had been using Logitech C920s for a really long time because they're so good. I think they came out like a decade ago or something like that, but they're still amazing. And then I got my first Mevo start from Mevo when I was doing the application process. And I haven't gone back since. Like
Yeah,
it's still Amiibo. It's
yeah,
the way to go.
absolutely. Yeah, it's interesting you bring that up too, because think about how long the just the regular, where is he? This one, the Blue Yeti has been around, right?
Yeah,
That's been around for probably a decade at this point now. Like
I think so.
people on our team can correct me on that, but it feels like it's been around that long.
At least, I think, honestly. But that really shows you the quality of the product, right? Like
Hmm.
if it's a bad quality product, like it's gonna get replaced like almost instantly. So if it's lasted for a decade and it's still being sold, like you know that is quality, right?
Absolutely. It's funny you mentioned quality because Jared chiming in right here. He says we've been using lavs, but he has to replace them every 2 months because folks are so rough on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a huge problem, especially with lavaliers. I mean, they do make lavs that are a little bit more, I want to say, resilient. As
Hmm.
far as mics, I know Sennheiser makes some good ones, but yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right though. It's the quality and like the longevity of the products
Right.
is really something to be spoken about.
And also what's crazy, and I just like not to harp on this too long, but like I have had these for so long. Um so like the quality is good, but it's also amazing like at that price point, right?
Hmm.
Like normally when you're going for like a quality tech product that you're going to have for 10 years, it's going to be a minimum of $400, right?
Yeah, we were talking about budget a few weeks ago. Do you have that website pulled up? Let's see, because I think there's actually some sales going on too.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, right,
So
boom, right there.
if you if you're just starting or you want to dive in deeper to creating content, now is a fantastic time. We have a sale going on logitech.com. You can see obviously we've got the stream cam, which Joseph is using right now, and he looks freaking solid at 149.99. We've got Amiibo Start, which is what I'm using right now, for 379.99. And then obviously there's still the multicam 3-pack, which I think is gonna, if you haven't already branched out into the multicam ecosystem and you have Amiibo, I do really recommend it. We're gonna be showing off a really, really exciting thing that you can do in multicam in the next week or so. So it's a good time to get in.
All right. All right, let's dive in and check out what we're saying about this poll here and some other things. So Rob is chiming in. Oh, this is his baseball setup. So he has a hybrid setup. He uses Amiibo at the backstop connected by Ethernet and brings it into Wirecast via NDI. Awesome. And
Nice.
then he uses a Sony cam as the cover cam to track the action. Really cool. So he's using, two different style cameras and bringing them in into Wirecast, which is a great setup.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rob. All right. Let's see here. Will, I want to toss this one to you. This is Mike on Facebook. He says, any recommendations on a Wi-Fi repeater that he could use to get a signal with enough strength to stream to a football field? Just set up his Wi-Fi router in his press box. Wants to use 2 starts in each zone. Makes sense. I
Yeah.
don't think my wireless signal's strong enough. Okay.
Yeah, so this is it's kind of a tough one. I would move away from the repeater and or extender. It depends on the brand that you're using, but it's basically the same thing. The problem with using those is that you'll have them broadcasting different channels, and so sometimes the Meevos can't communicate with each other, which obviously you need if you want to do a multicam setup. So what you want to do is set up a mesh network. This can get slightly more expensive than using a repeater, but I would say it's probably worth the extra bucks to not be a huge pain and huge stressor. So mesh networks, the way to go. Orbi is really good brand. Eros, the Google ones are good as well. Google Homes. Yeah, so I would say using a mesh network is probably your best option for getting more coverage on the field. You might, because of the size of a football field, you might need 2 mesh hubs and the core mesh hub. But yeah, I would go mesh network versus repeater, 100%.
Yeah, and even though it might cost a little bit more, like you're saying, you don't want to spend the Booster Club money on that, but
Right.
it's a matter of like what kind of results do you want to get, right? Is it worth the investment to do something like that? What I would do is pick up a network, test it out, do some test runs, and see what you get out of it. All right, let's keep going. Let's take
Good
out some of
question, though.
these. It is a great question.
Trying to think.
Uh,
So if you want to share my screen real quick.
oh, sure. There you go.
So TP Link, pretty solid. I'm not sure how easily you can read the price there, but $129.99 for this 3-pack. So you have a great price there. If you're looking at the Orbeez or the Eros, like that brings you into $600 minimum. So I would go for this. TP Link is really solid. I haven't tried this specific one, but because TP Link is typically really good, this is a good bet.
There you go. Nice.
Boom.
All right. So Ben's chiming in. He said when you asked that question earlier about what was first. So for him, he had a good computer, phone, tablet, so he needed a camera, audio, and now lighting. Yeah. I mean, audio is for sure huge. The only reason why, obviously, it wasn't a concern on my end, just because I had a lot of audio options.
Right.
I probably have, I have every mic under the sun. So, but it's a good point, especially if you were doing things the way I was doing it. So when I was mentioning before, was like the podcast shooting. I wasn't streaming, right? I was recording everything onto SD cards, including the audio, right? I had to get the audio basically was being recorded through Pro Tools. So then I had a lot of work I needed to do to piece all that together on the back end, right?
So now you had to sync up the two, audio and the video?
You have to sync up all I had 3 cameras, right? So I had a coverage and then a guest and a guest. So you had to sync up all of that, make sure it's all cut right. And then obviously if you're doing post editing, you're going to get into cutting and moving things around that way too. So having that multicam option though, and then having the audio automatically synced in with the multicam option would have saved me literally hours of work. So it's definitely something that I'll call out every chance I get. All right.
Wow, lots of chat coming in. We got lots to catch up on.
I know. It keeps resetting. For some reason, in Melon, we got to take a look at this. So right now, I'm just every now and then, like I'll get like 30 minutes into chat, and then it'll kick back to the beginning. I wonder if it does that just to make sure you're not missing anything.
Maybe it'd be great if there was like a checkbox that could like fade it out if you like highlighted it. Cool. So let's see. We've got a lot of talk about the Wi-Fi repeater thing.
Yep. Jeff Young coming in.
Yeah. What do you guys think of Ecamm versus Melon? I know you must like Melon better because that's what you use. That's a great question because we do look at all the different software, especially when we were doing mostly Mevo stuff, and Ecamm was really popular. So like as in terms of a program, Ecamm is very good, but Ecamm versus Melon is very hard because it's kind of like comparing apples to oranges. Ecamm is more like Streamlabs where it's all done on the computer, and Melon it's all done in the web browser. So it's a little bit different. Melon's really great, especially if you're bringing in guests. That's why we picked it because it's very, very easy to bring in guests and have a very synced conversation. If you're using Ecamm and you want to have guests, then you have to use like other plugins, other programs, and then you have to deal with sync issues. So yeah, it just depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, good call.
Yep.
Oh, this is great. So Virgil, you know what? Virgil, you've been joining us for so long. I'm glad you put this up because I was wondering what you were using. So Virgil says he purchased the Mevo 3-pack, the Rode Wireless Goes, a GVM 3-pack of lighting, the Tab S7, and HTC G Hub MiFi. Awesome.
Nice.
Made one purchase all at once. So basically, Virgil was just like, listen, I know everything I need to get. I'm going to get it in a package, and then he's good to go.
This is some good picks.
Oh, yeah. Did he throw some picks in there? Oh,
no. I mean, like the options, picks for,
Yeah. No, I think it's great. Virgil, what are you doing, though, Virgil? Are you doing weddings or are you doing... I'm curious. I actually don't know what your content is, so let us know.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I'm interested how many people are... I'm actually going to put up a poll for this, but I'm curious how many people are using the Mevo or multiple Mevos with iOS versus Android.
Oh, that's a good call out.
Yeah.
All right. Jeff Young is saying he's waiting for the DJI wireless microphone kit. Yep. That'd be pretty cool. Let's see. Rob is saying, so Rob posted a link of some of his footage. Definitely go check it out. He does a lot of outdoor sports. He does a lot of college stuff too. And that so yes, you can get an idea of what his not dugout backstop Mevo camera looks like.
Nice. Yeah, feel free to post links to your content if you're using Logitech C stuff. Like, we want to check it out.
Yep. Sorry, Will here. I'm just this thing is Melon's just not acting right with me today. They're jumping around like crazy.
No worries. So I just put up the poll. Do you use your Mevos with iOS or Android? Please vote. I'm very curious because I'm not biased, but from using both a lot, I mean, maybe I'm a little bit biased, but from using both Android and iOS a lot with multicam, because there's a big advantage for Android, but I do like iOS. I'm curious what you guys are doing. If you guys have noticed any sort of benefit in Android versus iOS, it looks like we've got some votes already coming in. Everybody is saying iOS.
Interesting.
These are my people, man. I like it.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, here's a good question for you here, Will. This is from Jeff on Facebook. Do you think there's a big advantage of Wi-Fi 6 over Wi-Fi 5?
Yes and no. I mean, with the Mevos, not really. You know, in terms of
like general use,
yeah, Wi-Fi 6 might be a little bit better. In terms of maybe like coverage or something like that, but honestly, like, it's going so quick now. It's Wi-Fi 6E is the max. And that's actually really nice. I just installed a Wi-Fi 6E card in my computer, and it is actually a lot faster than just regular Wi-Fi 6. But
yeah,
you won't really see that benefit with the Mevo.
Yeah, I guess either way you're looking at it. I mean, even if you're going at the highest output stream, I mean, what is it? 7.5 megabytes per second or 6, right? As far as like 1080p high is like 6,000 kilobytes, right? So
yeah.
So if your Wi-Fi 5 can handle that, your Wi-Fi 6 can handle that, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's like Cat 5 versus Cat 6, kind of.
Yeah.
Look at all these iOS. It's like it's 100% iOS right now.
Is it just killing iOS right now?
Yeah. And so let's talk about this real quick while we find the next question, because I really like multicam on Android because iOS doesn't crash. Solid. Yeah. iOS seems to be kind of a it's like stronger than, or more powerful, I should say, than the Android system. Android has the advantage that you can leave the multicam app and do other stuff, but iOS seems to be just more powerful than the Samsung tablets and the Android tablets, because they're using stuff like the M1 chip, and it's all built by Apple versus Samsung stuff, which is like some Qualcomm chips and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, I've been using the Tab S7 for my multicam and for all my Mevo setups.
Yeah,
and it's worked great. I have no complaints at all. So, but it's also one of the higher end Samsung. So, like, when you get into Android, there is levels, right, to what you're getting. Like when you get an iPhone, you're getting an iPhone, or if you get an iPad, you're getting an iPad. There's not a lot of disparities between like the iPhone 13 and the 12, really, when it comes to processing, right? But when you're talking Android phones, there's so many different manufacturers, there's so many different chipsets. So anything in the upper level Samsung range, I would recommend for sure.
Yeah.
All right, just saw Virgil. He just let us know. There we go. So, all right, cool. So Virgil produces podcasts for his clients, and now my girlfriend sees how much fun I have. I'm now about to produce our own podcast, and she wants to discuss relationships. Happy girl, happy world. So I'm here for it. Awesome.
That's awesome. I love that a lot.
And you notice we got a new follower. Thank you, DJ Jerry. That popped up. That was great. Thanks for joining and giving us the follow, pushing us over that mark, which is awesome.
We gotta move that up a little bit so it's not covered by chat.
Yeah.
But cool. That works well.
Oh, here's a good call out from Janked. What's up, Janked? He said I was testing some stuff recently. My poor old Android couldn't handle it, but I'm primarily Android. So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely, look at that. Rob Munns is now following. Thanks, Rob. Yeah, so there's definitely different experiences, and it really depends on what you're trying to do. But some of the higher end Android stuff and pretty much any of the iPhone stuff is going to be pretty solid. Virgil's saying only Samsung. So there you go, Will, in your face.
All right, fine. So we've got one vote for Android. One vote. I do want to say,
Virgil, I'm with you.
For crediting Samsung, if you've seen the new, what is it, S8 Ultra? I think it's S8 Ultra Plus or something like that. That is really sick. That's like the like 15.6 inch tablet from Samsung that is just as much as it costs to buy a computer. And it's super powerful. So that's cool. I do want to get one of those, but I also don't want to spend like $1,500.
Chris, what's up, Chris? Did we get your footage yet, Chris? I know you said you were going to send us some stuff, so make sure you do. But Chris says he's so iOS. He have one iPhone and 3 iPads. He may have a problem.
That's my guy.
Hilarious.
That's my hilarious. Guy. That's how I do it.
Oh, man. Let's see. It also doesn't help for the Android case that I'm an Apple admin for a university. Yeah. A little biased in that decision, I guess, right?
Yeah. But the university picked right. I mean, that's what you gotta think about.
All right. Man, this chat is just killing me right now. It is just resetting every couple of minutes.
Let's see. So Jeff Young, I am curious. You're talking about Ecamm versus Melon. Let us know what you were doing that you want to use one or the other, and hopefully we can help you kind of push you in the right direction. So let us know. What's up, Jank? Let us know like how your that's good. Let us know how your setup is, and maybe we can help you pick. Get all this stuff, man.
There he goes. S8 Ultra's on his list.
Nice.
All right, let's see.
Let us know how it is, man. Maybe I need to get one. Cool. We've got Chris saying he's gonna send in the video. Nice. Love it.
Yeah, Ryan, I see your post about the Amiibos on sale at B&H. Maybe they're having a sale that I don't know about. But we'll have to check that out. Sometimes B&H will do their own sales though, so it's not too far fetched. But Ryan is saying, I don't know if you saw that.
Got sales either way.
Yeah, he's saying that there's 3 cameras and some table stands for a good price. So, I definitely don't think it's too good to be true. We have Mevo and B&H have had a great relationship for a long time. So if that's what they're doing, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. Oh man, this thing is just I gotta talk to the Melon team about this thing resetting itself. It's like every time I scroll, it just kicks back to the top, and then it just starts over again.
So much going on.
Well, you know what it is? It's I'll tell you this with Melon. So for those who don't know, because we've been using Melon for probably about 5 months now, and the Melon team has been awesome, and we've been really stressing what the capabilities of Melon are, and they have been on top of things. So when I say that there's something that needs to get fixed or maybe something needs to get looked at, it'll get looked at, and I have full confidence in that team. It's awesome.
Yeah, and what's interesting about Melon is that so much of it is because it's all browser based, and like you're dealing with like cache stuff, and just all these typical browser issues that can like interrupt it, right? Even if you have extensions or anything like that can affect how Chrome works.
Yeah.
So.
Well, back to the conversation. Say, I think about Android tablets is their latest CPUs are still less powerful than the iPhone 11 Pro processors.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, but it's a matter of what do you need. Well,
right. All right. So new poll after I won that last one. I'm very curious. What with this new poll?
These polls are gonna turn to competitions now, right?
Yeah. I mean, if they're not already.
Look what Jerry has here.
What do we got? 3 iPad, 2 Mac Mini, 2 Mac Pros. These are my people, man. I love it. I love it. So new poll on the screen. What's your favorite streaming destination? Do you like Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube best? I'm really interested in this because it's interesting because how you build an audience may be better on one platform, but how your content looks and everything like that is maybe better on another platform. Like I see a lot of Twitch streamers that are streaming on Twitch like full time, but they grow their channel through YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and stuff. So interested to see what you guys do.
Absolutely. I just put that there just so you can feel good.
That's right. Let's make sure to clip that, and
Yeah.
I'll just keep that as my wallpaper.
And, all right, so we got some votes here. Got Twitch. There we go.
Twitch for life. Silky, how are you saying Twitch for life when you're commenting on YouTube?
Is that what's happening?
Oh, but I'm at work. I gotta read the rest of the sentence. But I'm at work and Twitch is block site. Gotta get a VPN maybe.
Oh man, that's funny though. That's hilarious. Well, you know what? Vote for Twitch. I mean, I vote Twitch on this as well. That's my vote on this one.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so it looks like we're getting B viewer, vote for YouTube right there.
Okay. So
what does Jake say? People who use something else aren't on Twitch. It's not up. It wasn't her fault. It wasn't her fault. She she was getting blocked by her work network.
Haters, man. We appreciate that you're here though and hanging out with us while you're at work.
Yeah. Because we're at work too.
Facts. It's not a bad job, man.
It's not a bad job. I like how YouTube looks. The quality is better for me, but our audience is on Facebook, so that's where people expect to see us. So, Jeff, that's a problem. It's a problem we ran into too. A huge majority of the Amiibo live audience is on Facebook. So we've just been, if you've seen the show, Jeff, you've been with us forever. Trying to push everybody to Twitch just for the quality of the video. I feel like it's more. As far as color wise, it represents what we're seeing in Melon a little bit better than YouTube does. I feel like YouTube has a problem with saturation. It tends to kind of pull color out of the stream. So, there's choices there for sure.
Yeah, and you could certainly try and move your audience as well. I think what has worked best for us in moving our audience is providing things on Twitch that are maybe just not available on Facebook, like these polls and everything like that. So maybe you can slowly move people over.
Yeah, providing a little extra engagement, also depends on what you're shooting too. Silky says, I'm on a VPN with work. They're too smart. Oh, so they manually blocked Twitch. God. Hilarious.
It's brutal.
See, Jared just says stream to Twitch and post links everywhere else. That's it.
Smart. Yeah.
Done deal. All right. So it looks like we're winding down here. Oh, this is funny. Hold on. Work life, but slacker. Yeah. Just so everyone knows, Jared comes at us from every channel.
Jared just killing it.
Here's something good here. Again, Jared just saying Twitch's compression algorithm is much better than others. I find that to be true. Yeah, I find that to be true as well. Rob is coming in. We stream our CDN Boxcast and they restream to Facebook. Okay.
Yeah,
awesome. So they did
I've used Boxcast before.
Have you? Is it good experience?
I mean, it was when I tried it like 7-8 years ago or something like that. But yeah, I mean, they've been around for a very long time, so I'm sure it's pretty locked in.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks everyone. Thanks for those. We're gonna start winding these down. I'm gonna do some housekeeping, and then we're gonna tell you a little sneak peek as to what we have planned for you coming up. So before I do that, we've said it once, we've said it twice, we've said it a few times. Send us your content. We want to see your setups. So email equiplive@logitech.com, put in the subject line host react. We'll get you the form. Or if you want to take the initiative and pull up the form yourself, you can absolutely click the Willow link right below. You should see it scrolling right now. willow.link/@Logitech C, and that'll bring you to all of our links to submit your forms for your host react. And also, if you want to become a user tester as well, you can submit your form there. All right, and so for Will, we talked about it. We hinted at it. So we have a pretty cool show planned, and it's either going to happen on Thursday or it's going to happen next Thursday. But give us a little sneak peek. What are we going to be trying to do?
I got to figure out like what is enough of a sneak peek. So yeah, we are going to be doing a brand new Amiibo feature that has been asked about for a very long time. Like almost every Amiibo live show that we did, we were asked for this. And this is something also that I've been playing around with for a very long time. This feature has kind of been in the developer builds, so we can test this out. And it is so freaking useful, man. It's so cool. You can do so much with this feature. So hopefully we'll be able to talk about it on Thursday, but you never know. You never know.
Well,
How's
yeah.
that for a sneak peek? Is that not enough? I don't know.
Well, let's just say that I think that this feature will help the multicam 3-pack move a little faster.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. That's a very good teaser.
Yeah. So let's just say that maybe you're gonna want to use maybe you're gonna want to invest in that second, third, fourth, and fifth Mevo. So we'll see where it takes us. And the reason why we're being so coy about it right now is because literally in the middle of the show we got told not to say it exactly what it was. so we're gonna have more information on that on Thursday. We were gonna jump the gun a little bit, but
yeah.
I think when it's regarding how do I get more angles, how do I get more views, how do I get, like if I'm doing a wedding, like you said, Ryan, like if I'm doing weddings and I want to do more with the Mevo cameras, this is definitely going to be something you're going to want to be into. So Thursday, we're going to see if we can demo it. If not, we're going to be doing it next week. And hopefully you guys will join us for that.
Absolutely. Wow, it looks like YouTube won the poll, which is funny because YouTube won the poll, which is interesting because you can only vote on the poll on Twitch.
Yeah, right.
Very, very interesting.
That's very interesting. Oh, all right. Oh, here's a great one from Ryan. I just ordered my Mevo and started my return on my Atom. I can't wait to have a faster setup. Yeah, and Ryan, this we're alluding to this is going to help you as well, so you might want to pick up a couple more Meevos.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Wow. Great show, guys. We did it. We did it, team.
Good job. Oh, so speaking of all this chat, right? Let's talk a second about the loyalty points because we've had so many chatters on this show, and we want to have a benefit for you to chat, right? We want you to be chatting with other people, helping them out, helping us out. And so we want to give you something for that. So what we have is a loyalty program, which is also done by Streamlabs, which is really nice. And so every line of chat that you put in the show gives you points. Every time you get points for how long you're watching the show. So if you just check the first like 10 minutes, you may get 1 point, but if you watch the entire show, maybe you'll get 3 points. So basically you get points the more you watch and the more you chat, which then we're going to give away maybe a Mevo, maybe a mic or something like that at some point to the person with the highest score. And I actually can check now to see who is in the lead.
All right, so you go check on that. We'll give everybody an update just to let everyone know. These are some of the items that we generally have up for grabs. So these are the main staples of the Logitech for Creators ecosystem, right? So you have Streamlabs, you have the Lytra Glow, you have the Blue Yeti, you have the Mevo cameras, and you have the Logitech Stream Cam. So a lot of options, especially when we do any type of giveaway. You ready on that poll?
I mean that poll. Right now. Let's see. You see that?
Let's see here. Yep. So let's pull that up. Let's see who's in the lead so far.
Gordon at the top, killing it. Then we've got Cowley second place. Let's see. We've got Chubbs. We've got Jim. We've got Ben. We've got Les. Look at this. All of these champions.
I like this one.
As
Thanks,
you can
Chris.
see, as you can see, we've got lots of different things. We show the points that have been gained from chatting, the points that have been coming in from the hours. It shows how many hours you've been watching. So really, everybody else needs to step it up. Be sure you're chatting more in the show. We want to give you lots of toys. So be part of the community, man. It's another reason to head over to Twitch.
And thank you for those in our top 10, and these are becoming celebrity level names on our streams, which is great.
That's right.
Absolutely. So there's a quick question by Ben. He says, is the referral program coming back? So it's a great question. I will find out. It hasn't been discussed yet. I know it's something that they kind of lost when we did like the merger with Logitech, when Mevo came into Logitech. we can ask about that. If is that something that everyone else would want to see? Did you guys use the referral program? Did you take advantage of that with the Amiibo referral program? So for those that didn't know, we had it was a special code that you were able to give friends and family to get them a discount on Amiibos just for being an Amiibo user. You just sign up for the program. If that's something you guys are interested in, let us know. And you don't have to tell us on the streams. Email us, equiplive@logitech.com. Let us know in there as well.
Yeah.
All right. So this is DJ. Oh, no, wrong one. Sorry. DJ Jerio says, just found you.
Hey, thanks for moving over.
Yes, thanks for following us. I know you followed us a little earlier. We appreciate it. And if you have questions, DJ Jerio, we are here Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2 p.m. Eastern, every single week. So if you run into any trouble, if you need help from us, join the conversation.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Good stuff. Thank you, Christopher. That is super nice to say. We have a lot of fun doing this show, so we really appreciate all the positive vibes from everybody. Yeah, so it looks like we're a little over time, but thanks for everybody for joining us. If you have a question that wasn't answered, you can just put a comment in the YouTube under the YouTube description, and obviously you can email us at equiplive@logitech.com, and that way we can make sure that we answer your question on the next show live. So don't forget, tune in every show, Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, on twitch.tv/Logitech C. I'm not even going to push the other URLs, but you can find the show if you didn't check it out live. You can find it on youtube.com/Logitech for creators.
Awesome. Thanks, Will. And thanks, everyone, for watching. We will see you next Tuesday. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, everybody.